Most people think the biggest threat to their wealth is the stock market. A crash, a bad year, a recession. But let me tell you, the real danger isn't loud and sudden. It's silent. It creeps in year after year, and you barely notice it until it's too late. That silent wealth killer is inflation. And if you don't have a plan to outsmart it, it can erode a lifetime of hard work faster than any market downturn. I'm Reem Rawashte, a wealth advisor and a CFA charter holder. I work with families in their 40s, 50s, and 60s to help protect what they've built, grow wisely, and pass it on with clarity. And today, I want to bust the myth that inflation is just background noise, because in retirement, it's often the single biggest threat to your financial plan. Here's the myth. Inflation is low, steady, and not something to worry about. The reality? Even at a so-called low level, 2 or 3% a year, inflation cuts your purchasing power in half over a 25 to 30-year retirement. That means the lifestyle you can afford at 65 looks very different by the time you're 85. It's not a headline risk, it's a slow bleed. And that's exactly why so many people underestimate it. Let's put some numbers to it. Say you spend $150,000 a year in retirement today. With 2.5% inflation, in 20 years, that same lifestyle will cost you nearly $250,000. Now imagine your portfolio is sitting mostly in bonds earning 3%. On paper, you're safe. In reality, income isn't stretching as far. Vacations feel a little bit tighter, healthcare bills feel heavier, and helping family feels riskier. That's the silent squeeze of inflation. You don't notice it year to year, but in the long run, it's devastating. So how do you fight back? Not by trying to guess the next inflation spike, but by structuring your portfolio to always stay ahead of it. Think of it in terms of portfolio sleeves. The stability sleeve, where we have enough stable assets, cash, short-term bonds, and reserves to cover at least 3 to 5 years of spending. That shields you from short-term shocks. And then the growth sleeve, invested in assets with the potential to beat inflation over decades. Think about equities, real estate, alternatives. This is where your purchasing power is preserved and expanded. And by combining both sleeves, you're not forced to choose between safety today and survival tomorrow. So let's bust it clearly. The myth, inflation is small and doesn't matter much. The truth, inflation is relentless. Even at 2 or 3%, it quietly erodes half of your wealth's buying power over a long retirement. If you don't have a plan to outsmart it, you will likely be losing ground, even if you never lose a dollar in the market. I had a client years ago who prided himself on never losing money in the market. He kept most of his wealth in CDs and bonds. He felt comfortable. But as the years went by, he started noticing something. Vacations that once felt affordable now felt extravagant. He hesitated to buy gifts for his grandkids. Everyday living felt a little bit tighter. Nothing bad had happened to his money, but inflation had done its work. So we restructured his portfolio and introduced a growth sleeve, and it made all the difference. Suddenly, his wealth was now working for him, not against him. So what can you do to outsmart inflation? You really have 3 steps. Number 1, know your personal inflation rate. Your cost of living isn't the same as a national average. Track what actually rises in your budget. Healthcare, travel, education support for your kids or your grandkids. Number 2, match your money to your timeline. Don't invest short-term dollars in long-term assets, and don't rely on short-term assets to cover your long-term needs. Number 3, revisit your plan regularly. Inflation isn't static. We've seen spikes in recent years, and a plan that worked 5 years ago may not work today. Inflation is a silent killer, not dramatic, but devastating if ignored. The good news, with the right strategy, you can outpace it and enjoy retirement on your terms. If you'd like help building a plan that strives to keep your wealth growing faster than inflation, I'd be very happy to help. You can reach me at rzrwealth.com. And if this helped you, subscribe and join me next time when we'll bust another common myth, that a simple will is all you need for legacy planning. Thank you for watching, and here's to staying one step ahead of inflation.